David Baye here from MuscularDevelopment.com. We are here in Vegas for the 2014 Olympia weekend. Just wrapped up men's prejudging for Friday night. And I don't know if controversial is the word or heated or whatever you want to throw out as far as a descriptive term. But this was it between Kai Green and Phil Heath. Now you guys know Hany Rambod, Phil Heath's trainer. A lot of stuff's been going on this weekend, Hany. What are you thinking about it?
You know, I fortunately missed the press conference, and I kind of did for a good reason. If you want to say gone over the line, I would probably use that because I've heard that the most, because everybody was texting me, telling me that, you know, it kind of went south really quick. And then it kind of picked up where it left off here, and obviously I was here watching the prejudging, and, you know, there's obviously and not just basic nudging and you know, that stuff. This isn't made up, ladies and gentlemen. This, you know, boys.
Yeah, that's one of the things that's getting debated on Muscular Development quite a bit now. You know, we know NBC's here, and we know, you know, one of the things that, you know, I've talked with Bob Chicarillo, who MCs the press conference and stuff, and some guys throw jabs at Bob because they think he's trying to instigate stuff, but we've talked about in the past, nobody really wants to watch a press conference where every guy's answer is, I'm here to do my best, I respect everybody, I brought my best package. That gets repetitive, and that's one of the reasons why, you know, there's debate as whether there should even be a press conference. So my question to you, and to squash rumors, is this a legit beef between these two, or is it?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, 100%. They do not like each other. 100%. They do not like each other. They haven't liked each other for a long time. There's no qualms about it. I'll tell you right now, you know, it's 100% legit. It's not made up. This is what's really going on. I mean, all the way up to the point where, you know, Kai was throwing his hair at Phil, you know, on stage. You know, I mean, it's like, you know.
Now, from your standpoint, obviously you're going to be a little bit biased being Phil's trainer, but you've also been around bodybuilding long enough to know you can look at a couple guys and pick apart how things played out. Now, was Kai at his absolute all-time best? You know, I think a lot of people will say that probably Arnold or the Australia in 2009, arguably Kai's best.
I agree.
But he was definitely better this year than he was last year.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think he's 40 pounds heavier than Phil. You know, what he said he was, I guess he said that during a press conference, he was 40 pounds heavier. He doesn't look 40 pounds heavier. Is he bigger? Absolutely, he is bigger. But is he better? It's like, you know, one's got more of a Flex Wheeler type physique, and the other guy's got just a more Kai Green type physique.
It's a lot of apples and oranges.
It's apples and oranges.
Now, last year we all, you know,
I knew you were going to go with that.
Yeah, well, no, I'm just going to say Flex Wheeler and Sean and myself. Last year when Phil came out, it was absolutely game over when Phil walked out. I don't know that it was quite as much this instant game over once they put Kai next to Phil. A little bit more of a battle, would you say?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's closer. I think that, you know, I think that Sean Roden looked great. You know, you can't take anything away from Sean. I think Sean looked great. I think you know, I thought Dennis looked good. I thought, you know, Kai was definitely better. Do I think he's anywhere near his all-time best? No, I don't think he's anywhere near his all-time best. But do I think he was better than he was last year? Absolutely.
Yeah. Now, if we can take some time and just, you know, step away from Kai and Phil and just get your opinion on some of the other stuff.
Sure.
Dexter Jackson had talked about coming in at his, you know, at his all-time biggest. Dexter was definitely good. They didn't compare him against the top four. What are you thinking about that?
You know, it's hard to say what you know, the judges were thinking at that point. I thought Dexter looked great. I thought that, you know, Victor definitely made some improvements. You know, so I think that he looked really good. But at the end of the day, why they put, you know, them where they do, you're going to have to ask the judges on that, you know, at the end of the day.
Now Rami came out, and the guy, when you look at him, I mean, we can talk about how he wasn't sharp enough. The guy came out, he's absolutely insane. How high can this guy place? And obviously, we probably don't want to say first, how high can this guy be if he comes in with the type of conditioning, let's say, Phil or Sean Roden brings?
Oh, well, then it's absolutely first. I mean, the guy could win if he brought in that kind of conditioning. But the question is, can he do that? Or when can he do that? Right. You know, because sometimes it's not a matter of if, it's just when. It's one of those things where, I mean, the guy's got monster size. Looks really good from the front. From the back is where, you know, he's got that thicker skin, and then, you know, the detail is lacking. But it's one of those things where it's just he's got like all the tools. It's just he's got to get them refined.
Any other surprises tonight, top to bottom? Somebody too high, somebody too low?
No, you know, I think that you know, I thought Branch looked good. You know, that was a good comeback for Branch.
Absolutely.
I thought that there was a lot of good guys. I thought the quality across the board was good.
Absolutely.
I thought I think that it's just when you get into a show like this, Jay Cutler and I were just talking about this 5 minutes ago. It's like Jay when he was in 09, It's like when you come in at that level, it's always, even if you're really good and you might still deserve to win, everyone's going to be like, well, it's not your best, And that's kind of where the situation is right now with Phil. It's like, are you at your best? No. But are you still good enough to win? That's we'll decide that tomorrow. And is a 95% or 90%, Phil Heath going to still be able to beat some of these guys? And the conditioning is where it was carrying him. Obviously when he's hitting that back double bicep shot and his tree is striated, that's kind of what helps carry Phil.
Well, that's one of the things that we do as bodybuilding fans, and you like to think that the judges wouldn't do it, but inevitably it's going to happen. Guys are always getting compared against former versions of themselves, and it should be a competition where whoever is the best on that day, and not to their fault. It's hard to look at somebody when you've seen them so many times and say well, they're a little bit off and compare them fairly. To me, I agree with you 100%. I thought Branch Warren looked great. Not the prettiest physique, but man, he nailed it. He was as grainy, as freaky as he ever was. Came back from some injuries. Victor Martinez again looked great. Somebody that I'm a big fan of that I was a little disappointed with was Rolly. He came in quite off.
Rolly just came in like really big. I mean, he tried to come in big, and I just think that with him, it's just, if he came in conditioned, I mean, the guy is a freak. He's got so much muscle, but because these guys, some of them just decide to come in true big, and then you see what ends up happening is kind of what you see with Rolly tonight. So.
All right, well, we're definitely excited to see how things play out tomorrow. All the drama and all the everything, whether you like it, whether or not, whether it's good for the sport or not, it definitely has people talking. And I'm sure that'll continue into tomorrow and probably until September of 2015.
Well, I think we're going to need metal detectors pretty soon, so you can make sure nobody ends up getting stabbed. Or
people are getting heated, and the fans too. I mean, the Phil's fans are passionate. Kai's fans are very passionate. The Dennis Wolf fans make a whole lot of noise here, so it'll be interesting to see the way everything plays out tomorrow night. But for now, we're going to get going. I'm sure you want to get some food and get to bed, just like all the competitors, and I know I do. Been a long day, so we're going to wrap it up, guys. So it's David Baye with Hany Rambod from the 2014 Olympia weekend. Make sure you tune in tomorrow morning for finals for figure. Actually, I think figure finals are tomorrow night. We have men's physique, prejudging, and finals tomorrow. We have the women's physique finals tomorrow. We get to see who takes the title. Is it going to be DLB or Juliana? And then we also have, we cannot forget, the men's 212 prejudging tomorrow morning. Everything starts at 10:30, so check out musculardevelopment.com. We're going to have all the coverage as usual. We are out. Peace.